overturn the state's 2020 election results. Cleanup efforts continue in Southern California after Tropical Storm Hilary blew through. Just east of Los Angeles, Vicki Jelly Ross says her house was just missed by a landslide.
I've been here 18 years. I have never been through anything like this. Last year was hard. This year is really tough. So now I wonder what the heck's going to happen, next. So hopefully we don't have this much weather and we can all get back on our feet.
In Los Angeles, hundreds of trees that were downed in the storm Sunday and early Monday remain on the ground and need to be cleared. The rain tapered off Monday in the Los Angeles area, allowing utility crews to work quickly to bring the power back on for many. Schools in Los Angeles are resuming normal operations today after being closed Monday out of an abundance of caution over Hilary. President Biden says the people of Maui will have everything they need to recover after the deadly wildfires. While touring the town of Lahaina Monday, he met with families of victims and thanked the first responders. Officials say 850 people are still missing as search and rescue efforts continue, and 114 people have been confirmed dead. The central U.S. is entering a potentially brutal heat wave as temperatures are forecast to soar. The mercury could reach north of 100 degrees for the rest of the week from the Midwest to the Gulf Coast. Meteorologist Michelle Grossman says it could last a while.
We're looking at temperatures soaring dangerously into the triple digits. You factor in that humidity, though, it's going to feel like 113 in Little Rock. Hot 2 in Savannah, feeling like 106. That is today. The heat lingers tomorrow.
The National Weather Service warns the temperatures could potentially be deadly without adequate cooling or hydration. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Coffee Ann on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us on Tuesday morning. It's August 22nd. My thanks to Dave Richards, who took over Coffee Ann yesterday for me. And I'm Joe Callahan. Ed Carew is here. Good morning to you, Ed.
Greetings.
And Linda Tebow's here. Good morning to you, Linda.
Good morning.
Nice to have both of you here. Ed, time for first message from the Carew Investment Group, please.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Are you retired or retiring soon? Well, that's great. Congratulations. You may be retiring, but your money can't afford to retire. I'm Ed Carew of the Carew Investment Group at 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal investment management of client money, especially from the proceeds of their 401k distribution after they leave the workforce. So to find out more about our services and for professional management of your investments, you can call me, Ed Carew, or you can call my son Paul Carew at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right. Question for Ed to
Yes, sir.
start things off. So I like to read the stuff that Ed sends me. It's important stuff. I get an email every week from Ed. Well, not to me personally, but I get
Yeah.
Anyway, 30-year fixed-rate mortgages are at 8%.
8%. Yes, sirree.
Yeah. Are they trending? Well, obviously they're trending upwards. Are they going to keep going in that upward direction?
No, I think.
Or has it plateaued?
I think this is about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think
8.
So.
Wow.
8%.
We'll have a
That's
better
high.
idea of what the Federal Reserve is thinking tomorrow or Thursday is.
Well, they have a
There's
meeting
a
at the end of the
Jackson
week,
Hole
right?
meeting, yeah.
On the 25th.
Yeah. I think it's Thursday.
Yeah.
At 10:05 in the morning.
That time, their time, must be their time.
No, I think,
That'll make it
I don't
noon.
know.
That'll make it noon here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's their time or our time or your time or lunar time or what time, but
Where is their time?
they should be 2 hours behind.
They're in Jackson Hole, so it's 2 hours. Yeah?
Oh,
Isn't
oh,
it?
Yeah, I
really?
believe it's 2 hours behind.
I think so.
Oh.
Or it's
Wyoming.
They
Yeah.
meet in Jackson Hole. Good place.
Yeah.
We had the whole discussion on Jackson Hole.
Yes, we did.
Couple weeks
Yes,
ago.
we
What a lovely
did.
place it is.
I didn't realize they were there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll see what happens with that. So yeah,
Probably
I couldn't believe that the fixed rate is up to 8%.
8%.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
pretty close to double digits.
Yeah, I remember when I bought my first house. I think the rate was like 15 or 17% or
Really?
something like.
Oh,
was
really?
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Way
Yeah,
back.
our
way back
first
when.
was 7 3/4, I think, something like that. Yeah, we refinanced many times since then. But
Yeah. Okay.
wow.
Oh, interest rates used to be like double what they are now. I remember when I started, as a broker in 1987 and stuff like that. We're trying to sell double tax-free municipal bonds, AAA rated and AA rated, by municipalities.
Yeah, yeah.
And people didn't want them. They were only paying 13%. They didn't want them.
Wow.
13% with no taxes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a taxable equivalent yield of close to 18 or 20%.
Right, yeah.
I don't want that.
Too low.
Wow.
Too low, yeah,
Yeah.
because the
Wow.
interest rates were, 17, 18%.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. Well, keep an eye on those fixed rate mortgages, okay, Ed?
Why? I don't want one.
You're not in the
Yeah.
market
I
at the
don't have a
moment?
mortgage. I don't want one. Thank you very much.
All right.
Wow.
It's funny. I have a niece that's getting married at the towards the end of September, and her and her fiance have been looking for 3 years, and have finally found the house. Way up in Vermont, but they finally got one, and I don't know. Well, I'm sure they know what the interest rate is, but
Yeah.
just trying to find a house
Yeah.
that was in their price range, and it's been difficult over the last few years. Houses just come on and get sold so quickly.
Right.
So
I have to wonder, and I don't do this for a living. I have no clue what it really is. I don't know what the rates are, but with the 30-year rate at 8%, it makes me wonder: would it make sense to take out like an adjustable rate mortgage for over 5 years?
yeah, at a lower rate.
And
And
yeah,
to see
yeah,
if
it
it-
should be at a lower rate, and
Yeah.
and hope or think
It'll come down.
that the rates in 5 years will be much lower than they
And
are
then
now and
change.
refinance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's certainly something they have to think about.
Well,
at
I
this
think
time.
it's something to consider.
Wow.
All right. So last night was supposed to be a scheduled Woonsocket City Council meeting. You'll get it. You'll appreciate this, Linda.
Yeah.
So once they did the roll call, okay, we all here? Yes, we're all here. Great. Meeting adjourned, because Chris Beauchamp says, well, they had an issue at Woonsocket City Hall, and
Oh, the elevator thing,
was not
yeah.
working.
Yeah.
So anyone with a disability
Couldn't climb the stairs.
couldn't come to the meeting, and
Yeah.
so therefore we can't have the meeting if the disabled people are not
Right.
don't have access to it.
That's
so
right. Yeah.
we're done.
Uh-huh.
Now they say that the no makeup time has been announced yet, but they'll be working on and they said that the elevator was working fine all day, and then all of a sudden, about an hour before the meeting, it stopped working.
Well, it dropped 2 floors, isn't it?
No, that's the one in Providence.
Oh, that's the one in Providence.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a
okay.
minute.
Oh, okay.
This is the one in Woonsocket. They
Oh,
just stopped
okay.
working altogether.
It just stopped working. Okay.
In Providence, they were working on their elevator in their city hall with a worker inside the elevator, and that dropped
That
2
dropped 2
floors
feet. Oh, okay.
while the person was in
It's a
it.
coincidence that 2
Now-
city halls had trouble with their elevators.
That is odd, huh?
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy. I'm always up for good theory. Conspiracy theory. The person inside the elevator was not injured,
Right.
which is great because. And when you drop 2 floors, it is relatively quick,
Yeah.
2 or 3 seconds probably,
yeah.
but that's a long 2 to 3 seconds if you're the one inside the elevator,
Yeah. yeah.
wondering when are you going to stop.
Yeah.
So
but-
I do stairs a lot.
That's why they're
I'm
there,
not
right?
much of an elevator person.
We always wonder. I think it's subconsciously whenever I walk into an elevator. Now everyone's got their cell phones, but I always take the look to see where's the phone inside the elevator, and where is the emergency button.
Yeah.
I subconsciously look for
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
every single
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Not that I've had an issue. I've never been stuck in one.
Well, see, I would
knock
not
on
want to
wood.
be stuck in one either. So that's why stairs are lovely. Stairs are just lovely.
But in some places the stairs
Step
are
aerobics.
not accessible enough. I mean, they're there, but they're more for emergency exits as opposed to. Because I bet, you go to a hotel, you're on the 13th floor.
Yeah.
Are you going to take the elevator? Are you going to take the stairs up to the 13th floor? Probably
not.
not.
Yeah.
So, okay, but that's what took place. So they're going to have to reschedule this meeting, and they got to wait at least 48 hours because of the open meetings law.
Right.
Advertising thing, so we'll see what
Post it.
time they'll have
Yep.
to get that all taken care of. All right. Well, it's sad that the Harborside Inn on Block Island is a loss.
Yes,
that,
it
the
is.
hotel that goes back to 1879 has been deemed unstable, and by the fire marshal.
Yeah.
And they said we got to knock it down. It looks like it started in the kitchen, and then it just spread through the hotel's 3 floors and up into the attic. None of the guests in the 36-room hotel were injured, so
No.
good
no,
news
well,
there.
that's a good thing.
But Block Island's just been having some bad luck from last summer
Yeah.
with the fights
Yeah.
and on the ferry to this summer where Ballard's was having more issues,
Yeah.
and now they're being sued, and now this happens
Yeah.
on Block Island. It's just it was always such a wonderful place to get away.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't want to go to Nantucket or Martha's Vineyard because it was too pricey, you went to Block Island because it wasn't expensive.
Mm. No.
But now they're just having issue after issue. So hopefully things turn around.
Yeah.
And things get a little better out on Block Island. You ever been to Block Island, Ed?
Yes, I have been a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy it?
It was okay.
Yeah. Ever been? Linda?
Yeah, we used to. My father loved going on that ferry. Every summer we
Really?
would go. Oh,
Most
yes.
people dread the ferry.
No, I did because I used to get seasick.
Yeah, because
I didn't like it too much.
If the
But he
water
thought
wasn't
it,
calm, it
he
rocked.
thought it was wonderful. So off we would go, and spend the day. And yeah,
And he wouldn't get sick?
No, he loved it.
No, okay.
Yeah. So Dad loved it, so we were there every summer. But it's just so quaint. Actually, the Boy Scout troop that meets right next to our house, in Blackstone. They're in Blackstone. We're not. We're headed off to Block Island. They were loading up their bikes on
yeah?
pickup trucks, and they were off. And I think they ended up having to stay longer than they had intended, because the ferries were.
Yeah.
Things were a little
Off.
array there, after, so they were there, and I was kind of concerned, but I don't imagine they were staying in that hotel. 'Cause
Probably not.
They were,
They're
at a
camping.
campsite. They were
Yeah.
at a campsite, I'm sure, so they were okay.
They're gonna be like real men, you know.
But and you know what they were saying though, or the fire marshal, that the sprinklers worked,
they did.
and the smoke alarms worked, and that's why there were no guests or staff that were
All right, well, good.
hurt. So
Yeah. And the shell of the building is still
It
standing.
is, it
so,
is.
but it's just unstable.
But it started in the kitchen, and then you saw those flames up on that third
Yeah.
floor. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it rushed.
But it's an old wooden building.
My favorite Block Island story. I went out to Block Island for whatever reason, whatever I had to go there for. But it was early in the morning. I'm on the early ferry. Foggy, incredibly thick fog. And as we're leaving the harbor, going nice and slow, I look out to the front of the boat, to the bow. There's 3 guys standing right at the bow, all with like blue windbreakers on. So I go, I think they work for the boat here. They work for the ferry service. And every once in a while, one of them would stick their arm out to the right or out to the left. They were signaling who's ever driving where the other boats were. I said, in this modern age of all
Yeah.
this technology,
Yeah.
we're relying on these 3 guys in their eyesight
Wow! In the fog.
in the fog. I go, alrighty. Now, we didn't crash.
No,
Good. And we actually passed the other Block Island ferry that
really.
was coming in and never saw it. That's how foggy it was.
Wow.
They blew the horns at each other.
Yeah.
And okay, there it is. It's
Yeah.
somewhere over there as we're passing it. And then after we got out of the harbor, those 3 guys. Okay, we've done our job for now. We're now out in the open
You're out
ocean.
in the ocean.
It's
yeah.
up to the guy driving.
Yeah.
You're in charge now,
Yeah.
even though it was still foggy.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, boy, I put a lot of faith in who's ever driving this boat. But it worked out just fine. So, okay. All right. And the National Weather Service has confirmed, because of the weather that we had, the tornadoes, a 5th tornado in southern New England. This one was in Scotland, Connecticut, which I'm going to just assume is right over the line. I don't know where Scotland,
Right.
Connecticut
I know
is.
where Scotland is.
You do?
No, I don't.
Oh,
no.
okay. But yeah, another EF1. We had the EF2 that hit Rhode Island.
We have two.
And Rhode Island and Johnson, and then North Providence and Scituate. We had the other EF1s that happened up in Massachusetts, right in my town. Woo-hoo. And I called my wife when it happened. How's it look? Kind of windy, she said.
Yeah.
Up here, I said, well, there's a tornado warning, right? Well, yeah. I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. And,
Just saw a car fly by. It wasn't the Jetsons.
no, but it touched on the other side of the town where I live from. But how about that woman in Johnston that was driving down 295, and her car was picked up
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
while you're driving?
But landed back on the wheels.
Back on the
It's-
wheels after it spun around and hit some signposts
They
and some
said she had just
guardrails.
minor injuries.
Yeah. Now
I know.
That's worse than being in the elevator.
I know.
Running to the ground.
Yeah, no,
You're in
that
your car,
yeah.
now I'm up in the air.
Yeah, no, that's a sad, yeah, Wizard of Oz. You know?
That is real Wizard of
Yeah,
Oz.
really.
Seeing the guys in the boats and the
Yeah,
cows
yeah.
going flying
Yeah.
by. Well, phew. Are we in Oz now? So,
Ah,
but good for her that she's okay. Pretty shook up though
well, I'm sure.
when she
I'm
landed.
sure.
Oh my gosh. And I'm probably facing the wrong guy. I don't want to go in this direction. I gotta go in that direction. I'm on the wrong side of the highway now.
Lucky she didn't get a ticket for driving in the wrong direction.
For flying your car in the wrong direction. There
yeah,
you go.
there
Real
you-
Jetsons kind of stuff.
It's a one-way.
All right, we're going to take our first break here at the Coffee and program. So it's back over to Ed Carew for a second message from the Carew Investment Group.
Okay, thanks again, Joe. Good morning again, everyone. Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group at 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Our telephone number is 765-8880. If you're looking for an investment firm that puts you first and works hard on your behalf, I'd like you to consider us. We're right here in Woonsocket, and we've been in business since 1987. So you don't have to go out of town for an experienced advisor or work with an advisor based in Boston or New York or who knows where, probably someone you're never going to meet. And we encourage our clients to come to the office and sit down with us as often as they like. Why? Because we like to do business the old-fashioned way. We want to get to know you on a more personal basis so that we're more attuned to your financial needs. So if you're interested in speaking with us for a free no obligation consultation and find out more about how we'll invest your money, you can call me or Paul at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right, Ed, thanks. And the Coffee and program will continue. Comments and questions can be called in at 766-1240.
When it comes to emergency service for plumbing and heating, you can't beat C.J. Nemus, 37 Corey Street in Woonsocket. C.J. Nemus offers over 15 years of experience and is licensed in both Rhode Island and Massachusetts. C.J. Nemus offers complete heating system service, plumbing, water heaters, plus drain and sewer cleaning. Remember that senior citizens receive a 10% discount. So give Charlie a call today at C.J. Nemus, 769-4776. They're registered with the Better Business Bureau. They're a master plumber with quality service. It's the only way and the best way. With C.J. Nemus, call today, 769-4776 for C.J. Nemus.
Hello, I am Paul LaValle, and on September 9th at 2 p.m., the pro-life members of St. Joseph's in Woonsocket will be hosting a remembrance ceremony for the unborn. Location is Resurrection Cemetery in Cumberland on West Rentham Road. It will be held at the monument of the unknown baby Mary. We invite you and hope you can join us.
The Coffee and panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England.
ON, AM, and FM.
Coffee and on ON, thanks for joining us. This is Joe Callahan with Ed Carew and Linda Tebow. And I don't think I have ever witnessed this happen in terms of a political situation where the Smithfield town, a Smithfield town councilor has taken back his endorsement.
Really?
Now, this person was
Of whom?
his name is Sean Kilduff, and he's a town councilor in Smithfield, and he originally endorsed Lieutenant Governor Sabina Matos for the congressional first district seat, and now he's like, I'm taking it back. I said, wow, I've never heard of anyone actually publicly doing this. Maybe people privately said, yeah, we really wish I didn't endorse that person, but I have. And I don't want to go back and say, well, no, I'm unendorsing them.
I give him credit.
But he's coming out and says he says Matos has surrounded herself with people who can't get the job done. Also said there's a lack of valid information from her campaign,
Yeah.
and he's not comfortable with that.
Good for him.
I'm like, wow, yeah. Now, he doesn't say if he endorses somebody else.
No.
He's just taking back the endorsement
Yeah.
from
Well,
her.
You know, we had talked about that one time. I think you were. It was when you were on vacation.
Okay.
About those signatures.
Yeah.
And I had a major issue with that. I really
Well, with
did.
the dead people
because-
signing the...
yeah, and you know, and then when they're looking into it even further, and more things are happening, and you know, and my concern is that, especially with you know, all those mail-in, will the dead people be voting?
Voting too.
And will those people that aren't registered to vote, will they be voting? You know, so you know, because they kept saying, well, she had more than enough signatures.
That's her complete
But-
defense the entire time.
Yeah, but that's not
the point?
that's not the point, and
Yeah.
it shouldn't be the point.
Yeah.
It's her. Whatever happens with her name on it,
Yeah.
it's buck stops
There.
there.
So when she says, well, we've removed that person
Doesn't
that
matter.
got the signatures.
But you
no?
had that
Okay.
person to begin with.
Right.
And now there was something else that was it the other town that they redacted all the addresses of the signatures that
Is that
weren't correct.
Jamestown,
I forgot what town it is.
Okay.
But you know, it's wrong
Yeah.
when you're, and you know, we had a. Ed, you were part of that conversation. Remember when we said, you know, it's not like, you know, when you're running for something in the town, but oh, by golly, wouldn't it be nice if you sat yourself down in a town that you want to vote for you and get to meet the people that you'd like to see,
Yeah.
you know, sign your papers. But it's her responsibility. It is her responsibility. And
So do you think to
I think the
go-
guy did the right thing.
All right. Do you think she should drop out of the race because of this? Okay. Yes, you can say
Yes,
it
I
out
do.
loud. Okay.
Yes,
that's
I mean,
fine.
you know, the thing is, and you know, and
Yet she still leads in the polls.
I know she does. Of course she does. Have you seen the big monies that are put into her campaign? She's on television every time you turn around.
Is she? Okay, yeah, I
You
haven't
know,
noticed.
My husband.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my
It's
husband's
her
like,
again?
oh my God, look at it.
It's
And I was
Sabina
like,
again?
but I
Okay.
mean, if that's fraud.
Well, yes.
That's fraud. And you know, we're having all these big guys are getting investigated for years and years with
Yeah.
fraud complaints. And it's wrong. She's responsible.
All right. Ed, have you ever heard of someone taking back their endorsement of somebody?
No, I never have.
Okay. All right. And so just keep it on the political scene for right now. What are your favorite people, Ed? I say that tongue in cheek, of course.
I know.
Senator from Vermont, Bernie Sanders, is coming to Rhode Island.
Bernie.
He's
Field-
endorsing
He's coming. He's endorsing Aaron Regenberg. which
Regenberg, yeah.
I bet that knocks you over with a feather. He's attending a Get Out the Vote rally in Rhode Island. It's
Yep.
going to be held this Sunday. If you want
Yep.
to go to it, it'll be at the Columbus Theater in Providence. And he'll be there on behalf of Aaron Regenberg. He's one of the 12 Democrats running for this open spot.
I'll pass.
Regenberg,
Yeah.
I'll pass. Regenberg says he's excited to welcome the former presidential candidate, calling Sanders an American hero. Well, that's a little strong, isn't it?
Well, he is
Oh, Bernie
colorful. He's
American.
colorful. He's colorful.
But he's
Bernie
not-
is colorful.
Well, what's he done to be a hero?
No,
Ed's racking his brain.
no, I know, but he's colorful.
He is. All right, I'll give you that.
I don't know what qualifies for being a good
I
politician,
don't
but
know. I don't know
A
how
hero?
you could be a socialist and be an American hero.
right,
Kinda
exactly.
sounds
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
a jumbo shrimp.
yeah.
It's
Right.
an oxymoron, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, so just let you know he's going to be in town. He's going to be around. If you got
When
nothing
is
to do
that?
with it's this Sunday.
This Sunday. Oh,
Yeah, so that'll be the 27th.
I don't come into Rhode Island on Sunday.
All
I'll
right.
stay in the People's Republic of Middleborough.
There you go. All right. So there was a little confrontation down on a beach, North Kingstown.
I heard of that.
And Andrew McClatchy, 61-year-old, was arrested yesterday. Yesterday? No, this would have been Sunday. Today's Tuesday? Yeah, Sunday. And charged with vandalism and disorderly conduct. And witnesses said he, McClatchy, accosted a family and broke their umbrella. I could just picture this. He went up and grabbed it out of the sand and smashed it on the ground. It all seems pretty funny. because they refuse to leave a part of the beach that's open to the public. He thinks it's his.
Yeah. That's
But no, it's open to the public. And so the state recently passed a law that gives people the right to access the shore no more than 10 feet landward from the recognizable high tide line. So it's one of those deals where they're basically in his backyard
Yeah.
or front yard, whichever way
Yeah.
the house faces. And it's probably been his, what he had always thought his private beach for years.
for years.
And now this law comes
Yeah.
in, and no, it's really open to the public, which is really vague and very tough to differentiate where the land line is. But they're out on his, he's out on his what he thinks is his land, so he goes out and yells at them.
Yeah.
They won't leave. Technically they're right.
Yeah.
They're on public beach land, and so he breaks their umbrella. There's the vandalism part.
Yeah, I never.
Get out of my-
I
get off my
I
land.
wasn't understanding that law that clearly, anyways, because
It's because the
It-
line
it's-
keeps moving.
bingo. That's what I mean. It keeps moving. But they interviewed another lady that was on the beach, and she
I
said
saw this.
she witnessed the whole thing,
Okay.
and she had said, "Well, why would they want to go there
The family.
when about just a little ways up here it's totally public?"
Is it? Well,
You know what I mean? It was
yeah.
just.
some people like to be, rock the boat. They want to be the rabble rousers.
I guess,
so.
But that line, it moves.
Yeah, it moves with the tide.
It moves with the tide, so maybe you were okay before the tide moved in or out. And,
I don't know. That's a tough
It
one.
was very, vague.
Yeah.
I think vague. That law is very vague.
But you can't touch other people's stuff.
No.
And yeah,
that is absolutely wrong, no matter which one.
it's probably a $10 beach umbrella. I don't know how much beach umbrellas go for.
Well, I don't think. I think they
I would
cost.
think more than $10.
I think they're a whole lot more than 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe it's worth 10 now.
Nah.
Oh, that's broken.
Because
It's in pieces.
Yeah, yeah.
Then they have a sale and it's $10. Yeah.
All right. Don't be touching people's stuff. is
Yeah.
what-
No.
what it
No.
comes down to.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So just be careful when you're accessing beach property. Maybe you are on someone's land, and maybe you're not. It's
That's
very.
a pool.
That's why Linda has a pool and doesn't have to worry about it. Got a little fence around it. You allow people in and
Well,
out,
we
right?
have to have a fence in,
No, it's state law.
State law. Yeah.
All right. So CVS, they had to come out and clarify how many people they were actually laying off.
Yeah.
The initial number was 200, and they had to say, well, no, the 200 is 200, actually 198 Rhode Island residents that work there over here at CVS. We're really laying off 500. So the other 300 people are mass, maybe Connecticut, but
Yeah.
probably Mass residents.
Oh.
So it's really a total of 500 we're
maybe-
letting go. Now, no one's getting let go in the stores. I guess that's good.
We're just like the corporate office.
Just at the corporate office. So, and they just bought that. What insurance company did they just buy?
Yes. Was it Aetna?
Aetna.
They bought
They
it
bought
a
it.
few years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, they bought. Yeah.
And so maybe some jobs are now redundant.
Yeah, but insurance and CVS.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They're
Well, maybe
not-
not specifically that.
Yeah.
But after a while,
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, they may have merged some.
Well,
know,
human
not only the
resources
insurance,
is
they
just
got that
that,
Minute
yeah.
Clinic thing, and
Yep.
they're going more and more into healthcare,
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
now aren't their sales? Aren't they doing well? Whenever you talk about CVS's earnings, everything's always good.
Not necessarily.
No? Oh, okay.
No. Their earnings are down because of since after COVID. I mean, they did so
Nobody's
many
getting- yeah.
shots of the Pfizer or Moderna or,
Yep.
or whatever. They were very busy, and while it may not have been paid mostly by people out of pocket, it was paid by the government.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Okay.
their business is down, and they shouldn't be surprised that their business is down. If you're getting your prescriptions from them, they're trying to give you 3 months worth instead of 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, Walgreens, everybody else, they're all doing order now, pick up outside in an hour, or we'll order and we'll deliver it and stuff. Well, if you're going to deliver it, I don't need to go to the store.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the big things about going into a store is you get your point of sales things that you put up that you're trying to get people to buy. Maybe they didn't intend to buy a certain thing, But when they see it displayed, they say, "Oh yeah, by the way, I need that." So I'm not surprised that sales are not up. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Boy, I'm so good at putting blinders on when I go into stores.
Yeah.
I know exactly. I'm going to pick up a prescription. I walk right to the back, get in line, get my prescription, and walk right back out. I mean, I see things. Oh, look, T-shirts. All right. I don't need one, and I keep walking on out.
Well, yeah, but if you don't need a T-shirt, that's one thing.
Yeah, I
But,
know.
You get in the store and all of a sudden you see a display for I don't know, ibuprofen, whatever, and you say, "Oh, gee, yeah,
I
I
need
took the
that."
last one a couple days ago, or I took one a couple days ago, and there's only like 3 left in a bottle. I better get some."
Yeah.
And
then you look at
impulse
maybe
items.
Right.
But maybe there's something on sale that you could use too,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you don't need it today, but you're going to need it in a week or so, so
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
it because it's
I'm
on
not
sale.
surprised that when you'll
Yeah.
find all kind of ways to not have people come to your store that your sales are down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course, yeah.
Well, I try to be thoughtful, and I'll think ahead of time. Or I am going to CVS. Let's use them as an example, because I got to pick up a prescription. Do I need anything else that they happen to sell? And then I rack, think. No, I really don't. So anything that I would pick up, like let's say a Three Musketeers bar, would be like a luxury.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you might do it. And the profit,
I
I'm
might.
sure, is bigger on that Three Musketeers bar
sure it
than on the
is.
thing you actually went in to buy.
Yeah. Which is why I don't buy the Three Musketeers bar.
Yeah.
Although I was told this ahead of time. I don't know what you're like, Linda. Do you go into CVS? I'm not picking on CVS, but it's just the way things are going. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. When I go into CVS and I have the option of the receipt, do you want us to email it to you? Do you want us to
Yeah.
print it? Or you don't want the receipt? I'm always hitting no. I do not need that 6 foot long piece
No,
of paper.
right, exactly, yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's always no. But then I'm thinking as I'm walking out, I don't have a receipt. How do I prove I just bought what I just bought?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
nothing's happened with that, so
Yeah.
I'm okay there. But and I know they print off coupons at the bottom.
They do.
But Ed and I were talking, and it's like, do we ever use these coupons? And
No.
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 You got specific times to use them. Sometimes they don't work
Yeah.
because there's some kind
Well,
of special
they
going on.
expire.
Sometimes they expire.
Well, you're saying this is a good one, so I'm going to hold on to this,
And then you
you
forget.
get to use it, and it's expired.
done.
Well, they don't last very long.
No, they
They're
don't.
trying to get you back
Deliberately,
into the store
exactly.
quickly within the next
Yeah,
few days.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. We're not picking on you, CVS. It's just, it's the way it goes sometimes. So, yeah, they're going to lay off 5.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, huh?
They notified the State Department of Labor and Training on Friday, because you got to do that when you have the big layoffs. 500 employees. Yeah, they're going to be, they go into effect late October. just in time for the holidays. Thank you very much.
Happy Thanksgiving. And Merry
Happy
Christmas.
Thanksgiving. Enjoy yourself. All right, break time here on the Coffee and program. It's time for the forecast, which is being brought to you by Compassion International.
Sunny skies today with a high of 77 degrees and a breeze from the north. Tonight, mostly clear, overnight low of 53. Wednesday's weather, sunshine and 76. Tuesday, partly sunny and 74. Friday, rain looks likely with a high of 74 and mostly cloudy skies. Saturday, starting to clear, mostly cloudy with a high of 75. Only a 30% chance of rain on Saturday and Saturday night. Sunday, sunshine and 72, and next Monday, sunshine and 74.
And currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, where we have sunny skies and 68 degrees. Drought, war, and rising food prices have devastated families in poverty. $50 provides a food kit to feed a family for a month. Just text the word radio to 97646.
Rhode Islanders need a strong and effective leader in Congress, and more importantly, someone they can trust. I'm Stephen Casey. As a 17-year first responder with the Woonsocket Fire Department, I will never forget where I came from or who I worked for. In my 10 years in leadership at the State House, I've brought people together from competing interests to find compromise and common ground, which is what this country needs. I'm Stephen Casey. I'm asking for your vote now through September 5th. You've counted on me. Now I hope I can count on you.
Paid for, Casey for Congress.
I'm Stephen Casey, and I approve this message.
Parents, as you know, there's a lot to get done to get your kids ready for back to school. New clothes, new sneakers, maybe a new backpack. Plus, notebooks and other supplies need to be rounded up. Now, in the middle of all of this, Remember to get your kids a back-to-school haircut at Edge Barbershop and Hair Salon. Kids 10 and under can get a fantastic back-to-school haircut for just $18. Stop into Edge Barbershop and Hair Salon today, and Jen, Celeste, or Angel will be ready to serve you. No appointment needed. Edge Barbershop and Hair Salon on Pulaski Boulevard, Bellingham, your full-service barbershop for men, women, and children. Get that back-to-school haircut today.
Hi, this is Gary Smith. Join me for Do You Remember, Tuesday through Friday mornings at 9:30 here on ON Radio.
All right, Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Ed Carew and Linda Tebow. Let's see other things going on. The Rhode Island DOT says that the on and off ramps at Post Road on the airport connector in Warwick will be closed between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. this week. Now, they also say this will not affect the airport.
I know.
And I'm thinking, wait a minute.
How can that be?
How is that not possible?
Yeah.
They're going to be milling and paving work, according to the State Department of
Yeah.
Transportation. Traffic to and from the airport will not be affected. I'm pretty sure it will be.
I know. How
No.
can they predict that?
I've been on flights that have landed at Green Airport at 11 o'clock at night. Now, usually overnight they don't have. That's usually the last flight in.
Have you ever? And you better not. That last flight better be there by 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
They don't mind.
So there's 8 to 11 where people are trying to get out of there,
Yeah.
and so. Let me know how it works out, Linda. Take a ride down.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. You do it and let me know.
We'll see. All right. Best of luck to the Smithfield Little League World Series.
I
You're listening in
know.
live on Tuesday. They
Wow.
they play today.
Today? No, wait a minute.
Yes, today, because they played on Sunday.
No, they're going to play today.
Right. They
Today.
played on
yeah,
Sunday and won.
And day off today.
Day off.
Yeah.
Day off yesterday. They played today. But from what I heard, if they keep winning,
California, they're playing California
is that who they're
today.
playing?
California.
Oh, good. But if they win today, they're going to play tomorrow. And if they win tomorrow, they're going to play on Thursday.
Oh, really?
It's how the losers bracket works
Oh.
for whatever reason, because the whole thing ends this weekend.
Oh, so they better get to playing.
So
Yeah.
the championship game I think is Sunday.
Wow.
Regardless, so we
Yeah.
got to keep playing. So best of luck to them as they strive to get to the. I think the championship for the United States is Saturday, and then whoever wins Saturday plays whoever the international team
Yeah.
is on Sunday, and it will not be Japan.
No.
I think the
no.
Caribbean beat them 10 to
Yeah,
nothing. They had a
yeah.
mercy rule thing on that.
Wow.
So best of luck to them. They look good. I was worried in the last game because it was 2-2 going into the top of the sixth.
Yes, they pulled that out.
And they
We
won
were
7-2.
watching. Yeah,
Like,
wow.
I did feel bad for the kid who was pitching from Pennsylvania.
I know,
who
yeah.
obviously didn't have it.
No.
And I guess they didn't have anyone else to go to.
Yeah. Well, the kids can only pitch
so many innings, so many pitches.
So many pitches.
Yeah.
And they have to take space in between when they pitch again.
Yes.
I don't know what's.
I forget how many days it is.
Yeah, it's a few days.
There's a lot of-
yeah.
there's a
well,
lot
I'm
of
glad they're
rules.
doing that because you're going to ruin these kids'
Well, you don't wanna
rotator
ruin
cuff
their arms.
before they're 10, or 12. Yeah.
Or they're all going to have Tommy John surgery.
Well,
when
the
they're
bingo,
12.
yes, by the time they're 12.
But
yeah.
the kid pitcher for Pennsylvania was walking kids, and then
Yeah.
he hit a couple of kids hit
Yeah.
by pitch, and that's how they scored a couple of runs.
Yeah.
And then there were wild pitches, and then how we get some more runs. Like, oh,
Yeah.
this kid is struggling out there on the mound.
Yeah. No, you feel bad. You don't
You
like
know,
to see that.
no.
Yeah, you don't like to
We
see
did have a note that was called in, 766-1240, on a completely different subject. The real test for the Boston Red Sox started last night.
Yes.
Time to see if they are contenders or pretenders. Oh, I like that.
I was watching.
The next 10 games are all against playoff-bound teams, and they had a tough time last night against
Very-
the Houston
very hard time.
Astros.
Yeah.
They are a very good team,
Yeah.
defending World Series champions.
Yes, they are. Yeah,
So-
but they beat the Yankees.
Yes.
They swept the Yankees.
But the Yankees are worse than the Red Sox.
Yes,
this year.
yes, yeah.
And we talked about that. Dave and I talked about that a little bit yesterday. Look for, what's his name? Boone, manager
Yeah,
for the
I'm pretty
Yankees.
sure this is last
See you later.
Yeah.
pretty sure.
It's just when you get swept by the Red Sox, then the heat really gets turned up
Yeah, well,
in
I'm
New
sure.
York.
Yeah, well, I'm
H-
sure.
How could you?
Yeah, yeah.
Can you at least win at least one?
I thought it was lovely.
All right, so best of luck to the Red Sox. They did lose last night, but maybe things will move on.
Yeah.
This time. So there's the things that are going on in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, and they've been really busy this summer we had a woman from Massachusetts where her son got caught in the river, and she jumped in to save him, and she drowned.
She drowned, yeah.
They had another. This just happened a couple of days ago. Same thing. Another family by one of the rivers in the White Mountains. The son gets caught up. The father jumps in. He drowns. Son gets saved. And they just had a hiker near Franconia Notch, walking on the trail, twists her ankle so badly she can't go down the mountain. Now, smart on this one, she's hiking with somebody. So they said, okay, you stay here, you sit on this rock. The other woman walked the rest of the way down to the trail, to the bottom, told the people, the rangers down there, my friend is back up on the trail, she's hurt herself, we need help getting her down. So they went back up with a stretcher and got her down.
Wow, well, that
So,
was smart.
Yeah. Always hike with a buddy. It's like swimming with a buddy.
Yes.
You really need to hike with a
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah.
But they've been real busy
Wow, I guess so.
in the White
Wow.
Mountains. This happened within the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
The two drownings and now this twisted ankle. That's just what we've heard about. I mean, there could be other things going on up there
Yeah.
as well.
Wow.
And the rangers, the park service up there, they must really dread summertime.
Yeah.
We know that they're coming. The tourists are coming.
Yeah, they're coming.
The inexperienced
Yeah.
people are coming, and we're just going to be so busy.
Yeah.
Now maybe this was an experienced hiker. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Well, if
and
she was hiking with somebody, so
that was smart.
that was smart.
And they always tell you, one of the worst things you can do when you try to save someone who's in the water struggling is to jump in with them.
Yeah.
But what's your natural
What's your
intention?
alternative?
Well, they want you to find a stick or a branch of some
Yeah.
sort and reach it to them, or a pole of some sort if you can even find a pole, and have them grab onto the stick and pull them out.
Yeah.
But if it's your child,
Well, if you're a child, you're going in.
that's right.
If that's your child, you're going to go in. But it's even in the ocean, they say please don't go in.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
Because
unless
you
you're
know
a life.
what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. But and some of those rivers up there can
Oh,
be
swift
very
moving.
robust.
Yes.
Big time.
That's that water coming right off Mount Washington,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it
so
is
yeah.
fast moving. Usually at this time of year, it's not. But this has been an unusual summer,
Yeah.
and there's been a ton of rain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
we've had a lot of
they're
rain.
getting it too.
Yeah.
So the rivers are still really, really
Yeah,
high.
they're high.
And so you just got to be careful. But the people that died, the man was 37. I think the woman was 44, and they're both. They have to be thinking, I'm young enough and I'm strong enough. I'll be able to get my child out.
That's my
jumping in.
child. I'm going.
I'm going in. You cannot stop
It's-
that thinking.
No, that's your child.
Yeah.
Gonna,
And it's just a shame that is taking place. All right, let's see. Massachusetts is awarding a $141 million as part of the state's student loan repayment program. Where's that money coming from?
from President Joe Biden.
Okay. About 3,000 primary care and behavioral health providers will get assistance to pay their student loans. Those eligible include doctors, nurses, mental health, and substance abuse recovery counselors. And now in return, the recipients agree to spend 2 years working in underserved communities statewide. So there's a little give and take on this
At
one.
least I get. Yeah, no, this is good. Well, I know Thundermist, when I worked at Thundermist Health Care for a while, 3.5 years, and many of the people that were there were on a contract, 2 years, 3 years, or whatever, and it was about their student loans being absolved. Yeah.
Well, I hope they're smart enough not to pay off the loan before the 2 years are up. Pay it as you go, kind of thing.
Why is that?
Because you paid off my loan. Oh, I don't feel good anymore. I twisted my ankle.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I don't want to come into work
I'm
anymore.
unable to come in.
Well,
You know, pay-
hopefully there's
Yeah.
stipulations.
Yeah, I think
That's how
that
this
they,
works.
that's the thing. I think they must stay the. I don't know. It was 2 years. It was 2 years. I don't know if it was 2 or 3, whatever and then they were paid.
Yeah, we'll pay off the student loan at the rate of so much per
Per
month
month.
over the
Yeah.
course of the 2 years.
Right, exactly.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Hopefully it works out well for them. Okay, still in Massachusetts. Ed, you must be familiar with this man, former Massachusetts Sheriff Thomas Hodgson.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, I see him on
Plymouth
TV.
County Sheriff.
Yeah.
Well, was
Was,
he was voted out in the last
Yeah.
last election.
Yeah.
But guess what his new job is?
I don't know.
Chairman of the Donald Trump campaign in Massachusetts.
Oh,
That cannot surprise you.
what's his name? Hodgkins? Is that what it is?
Hodgson, Hodgson.
Yeah. Okay.
He will also serve as Trump's state. He did serve as Trump's state chair in 2020. He's a longtime supporter of the former president. He was the Bristol County Sheriff for more than 2 decades before losing the election to former Attleboro Mayor Paul Hero last year. You never hear about him in the news.
Who, Paul Hero?
Paul Hero.
No, not really.
At all. You always heard Hodgson. He was involved in plenty of controversy while sheriff, including when he offered county prisoners to help build the wall on the southern border. I like Tom. I always like hearing what he was up to and what's he doing next.
Yeah.
But I always knew he was a big Trump guy, and him being the campaign chair for Trump in Massachusetts comes as absolutely no surprise at all. That's
No,
I
no.
can see him doing that.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take our final break here on the Coffee and program. You can still call in your comments and questions at 766-1240. Will the Red Sox be contenders or pretenders? Like the note said, this will be see what happens to them. And unfortunately, I think they're going to come out on the short end. I'm still worried about the pitching. And it showed last night.
The pitching. The pitching.
Paxton had a lousy game, and I worry about the rest of the pitching as well. Hitting's going to do okay, but the pitching is going to be our
But then
downfall.
they had those errors too, though, last night. You know.
You can't. Yeah, I saw Devers make the throwing error and things like that. It just
The
drives-
catcher,
drives
though,
me
that
crazy.
one I couldn't. I said, "What did he do? I didn't see him do anything wrong."
Catcher's interference.
Yeah. What did he do?
When the batter swings,
Yeah.
and if the batter hits any part of the catcher, including his glove,
Yeah.
catcher's interference, the ball's dead. You get first
It
base.
seems to be should be the batter. The batter
No,
just
'cause
hit the catcher.
No, the batter's looking at the ball.
Yeah.
So the catcher's in the way.
He sticks out his glove too far and hits the bat.
Yeah.
Oh.
The bat
So
hits the glove.
it's not the batter's fault. It's the catcher's fault. It's too
Alright.
close.
Yeah, and then he was out, and then he wasn't. They put him
Yeah.
on first base.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's funny, as a former catcher, I was always told, Joe, you move up. Yeah, but I don't want to get hit.
Yeah.
That's just why I don't catch anymore.
Oh.
All right, more Coffee Hands coming up. Stay tuned.
For an Allstate agent, providing protection options that fit your life is something they take, well, personally. Allstate agents are committed to learning about your needs and helping customize protection to meet them. From bundling your home and auto insurance with ease to evaluating optional coverage, your Allstate agent can help build an insurance proposal that fits your life. And just as important as learning what you need is learning what you don't. Because helping you get coverage you want with savings you deserve is what Allstate is all about. It's time to get coverage that's catered to you. Are you in good hands? Call Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. One telephone number, 765-5000. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
A great summertime activity is back at the Beef Barn. It's cruise night, and it takes place tonight starting at 4 p.m. Take a stroll through the more than 150 classic cars, where you'll marvel at the beauty and craftsmanship of these automotive gems. Whether you're an avid collector or simply appreciate the nostalgia, Cruise Night at the Beef Barn is an event not to be missed. If you get hungry, the Beef Barn has their full menu, including their famous roast beef sandwiches, plus chowder and clam cakes. Cruise Night at the Beef Barn, 200 Industrial Drive, North Smithfield, tonight and every Tuesday night during the summer, starting at 4 p.m.
The best of the Blackstone Valley is coming to ON Radio.
Hello, I am Paul LaValle, and on September 9th at 2 p.m., the pro-life members of St. Joseph's in Woonsocket will be hosting a remembrance ceremony for the unborn. Location is Resurrection Cemetery in Cumberland on West Rentham Road. It will be held at the monument of the unknown baby Mary. We invite you and hope you can join us.
Thanks, Paul. It is Coffee and on ON Radio. My name's Joe Callahan, here with Linda Tebow and Ed Carew. And, okay, you heard it here first.
Okay.
A prediction from myself. All right, coming up, because I'm starting to read things about it, starting to get nervous. Coming up, I'm here. It's going to come in September. The pandemic is coming back. and there's talk of masking up again sometime in September. I hope I am wrong on this. But I'm just reading a few things online, and there's been a real uptick in COVID cases lately in Rhode Island and in Massachusetts. It must be happening nationwide as well. So I'm starting to hear rumors that it may be coming. I hope not too, and because you see the rumors coming, and people are already saying you got to fight it, you got to fight it, and we don't want to fall for it this time. So we'll see what happens if it comes. So it's just something to be on the horizon that may come this coming September. Have you read anything about it? Am I the only one that's read that?
Well,
stuff about
I
it?
know that there's a new variant out, and it's
Yeah.
it's starting to take.
Take off.
Yeah, it is. But I think you're gonna have a difficult time getting people to wear masks again.
I hope so, but there might be but I think there's also that whole other side of people that'll be vigilant about it. That say you must.
Yeah.
I think the first place you'll find that is in like medical places,
Yep.
dentists and doctor offices, and
Well, they already in dentist's office. Well, they already wear masks
Well,
and
they
shields
do,
now
but-
anyway.
yeah, they do, but people don't have to walk in wearing a mask.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Was it last week or the week before they had a whole floor closed at Rhode Island Hospital because of COVID?
Of COVID cases.
Yeah, COVID cases. And, it's going to, but, there are RSV, that other virus is around too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
COVID's not going anywhere.
No, it's not going anywhere.
you're
You
right.
know what? We're going to have to
It's
live
like,
with
it's the flu.
We're gonna have to.
It's just always going to be here now.
It's always gonna be here.
It's going to be here,
It's gonna be
yeah. But
something that every year
we
you-
have seen more people getting it, and I always used to say, are they positive or are they sick?
Yeah.
But what I've been hearing is more people have been sick with it, not just I've got something and I'm
sure
testing
what
and
it
I'm
is.
positive,
Yeah.
because you can be sick and it's not COVID.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You can be, so. Well, I surely hope not, because it's almost time of the year to get the regular flu and
That's right.
vaccines too. That it's time for that to happen. I think we've got one going in the end of September or the beginning of October for the flu. We usually offer immunizations.
Yeah, I've been getting emails from CVS about
You're gonna get your
scheduling
booster.
flu shot and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that. I think
yeah.
it's a little too early for that.
Yeah.
There's flu's effectiveness by the
It
time
will.
you get to the winter.
Yeah. We never used to give any flu vaccines until October so that
Right.
it would last,
Yeah.
The whole season.
the whole
yeah.
season.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Other things going on.
Well, I hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong too. But so you heard it here first, just in
Yes,
case
we did, yeah.
it does come
Yeah,
to
I hope
fruition.
you're wrong.
The American Academy of Pediatrics, all right, is calling for a ban on corporal punishment in all schools. Striking or spanking children is legal in public schools in 18 states. I didn't realize. Mostly in the South. Maryland and Iowa are the only states that prohibit corporal punishment in both public and private schools.
I thought you couldn't do that at all anymore.
It's legal in 18 states.
No, it is not.
Well, I'm not making this up.
No,
Linda.
no, really, it's
It
legal.
doesn't mean they do it.
No, but it's
It's
still on the books
it's still
that
on
it's
the books
illegal.
that it's okay.
Is it in Rhode Island and Massachusetts?
I don't know. I don't have that
Oh.
information.
Wow.
So,
I didn't
yeah.
think it was on. I just thought,
Legal in public schools in 18 states.
wow.
And that's why the American Academy of Pediatrics wants calling for a
Well,
ban
that's probably a good idea.
across the board here.
That's probably a good idea.
All right. Now, a separate study of Canadian children published last week shows that kids who were physically assaulted before the age of 14 are nearly twice as likely to develop mental illness. That's a Canadian study.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe they're using that as a jumping off point.
Yeah.
We don't want that to happen here in the United States. All right. So I don't know about Mass or Rhode Island on that as well. So if you're, I showed Dave this story. If you're at Coney Island, where the boardwalk is and the rides, and you're walking down the boardwalk, and you're carrying your wallaby with you, someone's going to call the police. What's a wallaby?
Your wallaby?
Yeah, the Australian animal.
The little
Kangaroo
one.
guy.
The little kangaroo guy.
The
You're
little
right.
kangaroo
That's
guy.
right.
Who
Yeah.
has one of
A
those?
man in New York had a wallaby.
Really?
And he was called. Someone called the police, and they came and got him. But guess what? It's illegal to have exotic animals, wild exotic animals, in the state of New York.
Oh.
So no lions, no tigers, no bears, no wallabies.
So wallaby.
Wallabies are considered wild
Well, yeah,
marsupials,
Yeah, they are.
and so you can't have one.
Yeah.
And so the animal was taken to the Animal Care Center of New York City. Maybe put it in the Bronx Zoo so they can care for it there and feed it what it's supposed to be fed. And the owner got a summons, and he's in possession of a wild marsupial. Can't do that.
Good grief, Charlie.
People love having bizarre pets. Now they've tried looking it up in Rhode Island. You couldn't really find
couldn't find it.
anything
Yeah.
other than you're not supposed to have like exotic or wild animals or
Yeah.
something like that. But it didn't say anything specific about wallabies.
Yeah.
in,
Well, it's a wild animal.
in Rhode
Yeah.
Island. Although what's funny in the Rhode Island laws, you're not allowed to have a non-human primate as a pet. No monkeys, no apes, no gorillas, no orangutans.
There are human primates? Is that what you're trying to say?
Human
Then
primates
that
as
makes it
pets-
okay.
Human primates as pets are fine.
Oh, okay, then I'll get me one of those.
But I'm thinking, oh, good. Planet of the Apes will not start in the state of Rhode Island.
Good. Phew. Phew.
That's a relief.
Yeah. I was worried about that.
Do you know what I'm talking about with that in the movies?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Because that's how it starts in the
Yes,
movies.
yes, yes.
Okay. In case you don't know, in movie number 4, they say in 1993, so we've already passed it.
Yeah.
There was like COVID. There was a
virus
there was a
killed
virus
the
that went
dog.
around the world.
Yeah.
They said one of the astronauts brought back from the space station.
Yeah.
Wiped out every dog and cat in the world.
Yeah.
But people wanted pets, and for whatever reason, they turned to chimpanzees.
Yeah.
And they said it was fine for a while till they realized, hey, we could teach the chimpanzees to do mean tasks,
Yeah. Yeah.
like be servants.
Yeah.
And so that's how it kind of started from there.
I used to love those
Oh, it's
Planet of
okay.
the Apes
I did
movies.
too.
You're
What's
getting
that?
the same thing now with AI.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
That's, you're
Yeah.
right.
Just a
I
matter
think
of
that's
time.
that's why I keep telling you,
Didn't-
watch out for your car. I'm so worried about you and your fancy car.
Have they not seen the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie Terminator?
I don't know.
Yeah.
The machines are taking over.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to rise up and say, we don't need the humans anymore.
I know.
Let's get rid of them. And machines, like in the movie,
Yeah.
you cannot reason. They have no morals. They're just a killing machine. That's all they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who would have thought all this science fiction would come true?
I know. Well, look at the Jetsons, huh?
Well, I'm still waiting for my flying car.
Yeah, well, wait a minute.
All right, let's see. The original voice actor for Nintendo's Mario character is moving on to a new role. The video game company says Charles Martinet will now serve as its Mario ambassador as he steps back from playing the famous plumber. Martinet first began voicing Mario in 1991, made his debut video game appearance in 1994's Mario Teaches Typing. Most video game fans came to know his voice thanks to the 1996 Super Mario 64. Martinet made a brief cameo in this year's The Super Mario Brothers movie, and Chris Pratt voiced Mario. So he's I took a look at I saw this story yesterday. I took a look at him. I guess he's got to be in his 60s that's voicing this. So it's just time to let someone else do it.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know it if I heard the voice anyway.
Yeah. No.
But he's just stepping down. Now I always knew Captain Lou Albano was Super Mario. Remember Captain Lou?
Yeah, yeah.
He to me he was the first one that voiced him. Of course he died, and then got to move on to somebody else. All right. So I guess maybe in an effort for Anheuser-Busch to turn around their Bud Light sales, which are tanking like incredible.
Yeah.
Kid Rock may be over his feud with beer maker Anheuser-Busch. TMZ reported showing photos that appeared to show him drinking a Bud Light at a bar in Nashville. Now, he originally He shot a video of himself shooting at cases, like literally shooting with guns,
Really?
shooting at cases of Bud Light this past April in protest to the brand's decision to partner with the transgender person Dylan Mulvaney. Now here he is drinking it though.
Yeah.
So it's like, that video
How
and
much
other.
did they pay him?
Well, I wonder.
Plenty, I'm sure.
The video and other responses led to Anheuser-Busch boycott among many anti-trans supporters. The backlash ended up costing the company nearly $400 million in estimated U.S. sales. Now, I know they've been trying to turn it around, and I don't know if you read about this, but it was a couple of weeks ago. I think Dave might know about it, where the motorcycle rally in Sturgis,
Oh, yeah.
South Dakota,
Yeah.
took place. That's
Yeah.
a 2-week or so event
Yeah.
that takes place out there every single year. 500,000
Oh,
people
it's
show up
huge. It's
with their
huge.
motorcycles.
Yeah.
But Bud Light decided to go there and recapture the real men
Yeah.
market, which I think is odd because usually it's women that drink Bud Light. I think they should be going after them. But anyway, they went to Sturgis, and all you saw were people ignoring them.
Yep.
It was incredible.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
And there's and that's all they do there is ride their motorcycles and drink a lot of beer.
Yeah.
Well, that boycott has propelled Modelo to be the best-selling beer in America.
Is that right?
Yeah. No,
Better than Coors and
yeah.
and
Modelo
Miller
is the number
and
one selling beer in America now.
wow.
Wow, Modelo.
Used to be Bud Light.
Yeah. Okay. And so I always thought that with this backlash with Bud Light, they should have laid low for all summer, and they plan on coming back with the advertising during football season. I said, okay, that makes a lot of sense. And they were gonna, and their ads are gonna be a lot more showing like a cowboys and other men doing really manly stuff and drinking Bud Light. I said, okay, if they had laid low all summer, this might have worked. But they decided to go to Sturgis to see if they could get a jump on it, and that backfired on it as well. So I wonder if they'll do anything different during football season. And plenty of women watch football, watch the NFL. I really think they should gear their advertising towards them.
I don't know. A lot of women do watch football.
Yes.
And they go to the games and everything. But do they really drink Bud Light?
I think they do.
Yeah.
You'd have to. It's just from the women I see on my Facebook pages.
Yeah.
That is their beer. The women, that's their
Really?
beer of choice, or was. I don't know if they moved on to Modelo. Does Modelo have a light?
Modelo. Yeah, they do.
Oh, well, there you go. Then
Most of them have a light. Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see. It's a real make or break, I think, for Bud this coming football season, and whether or not their sales can rebound. Does the public have a short memory? Sometimes they do, but in this case, do the beer drinkers have a short memory? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like the women that I see don't drink beer at all.
Oh, okay.
They don't drink beer at all. They might a Chardonnay or, or even, those cans.
Yeah, like Trulia or
Those
something like that.
Truly.
Truly things. Truly
seltzers.
things. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seltzers.
seltzer. Yeah,
Yeah, those are
hard
big.
seltzer.
Viva
That
and
seems
Truly.
big. Even like with the, like
Bud
with the
has their own
college,
seltzer.
with the
College
college
kids. Yeah.
women. They're not girls. They're women.
It's like when I was
But
in
that's
college,
what I see.
wine coolers were the big thing that the women drank.
Yeah, yeah. But because I have to say, I don't see women drinking beer.
All right, that'll be your homework for this fall.
I'm going to watch, and
during a
I'm
football game,
gonna,
you're gonna have to go to,
I will
a
take.
sports bar
I will take notes.
and watch.
All right, and I
take
will.
a look at what the women
Okay.
are drinking as opposed to what the men are
Okay.
drinking. And Modelo's got terrific ads,
Oh yeah.
terrific TV ads.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
Showing
really.
the
yeah.
people
Beer
that have.
too.
You like it?
I'm not a beer drinker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like drink
Right.
a lot of beer, but yeah, I like that one. Matter of fact, I had one the other day.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we've come to the end of the program, so we thank you very much for listening in. As always, Linda Tebow, thanks for coming in.
My pleasure.
All right, Ned Crew, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for inviting me.
All right, this is Joe Callahan. Have a great day, everyone. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do You Remember's up at 9:30 here on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
A town councilor in the town of Smithfield has revoked his